Hello everyone, welcome to Shamatha Meditation for this week. My name's Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness. And so tonight I'm coming to you from my home just to show you that you don't need a formal setup to do meditation. You really can literally sit on your couch cushion in your living room and in the evening or during the day, whenever works best for you, to do this practice. And that's one of the wonderful things about meditation, is that it is transportable, right? Especially the shamatha practice, because all you need is your breath. And as long as you have your mind and your breath in a place together, which they are most of the time, then you can do this practice. So that's one of the wonderful benefits of this practice, is to be able to do that. I also wanted to bring to you tonight a little suggestion. So for those of you that are interested in going deeper into shamatha, practicing and understanding the practice more, there's a book called How to Meditate. And it's by Pema Chodron, who's a Tibetan Buddhist nun. And she lays out this practice very, very concisely. And she's actually who I use when I do my meditation trainings and when I teach others how to meditate. So I recommend, if you're home, you've got some time to read, to maybe order or pick up that book. It's a really wonderful read, easy, small book, nothing too big or daunting. So we're going to sit tonight for just a little longer than we typically do. We're going to do 15 minutes this evening. And the 15 minutes can really help to wind you down before bed, clear your mind, so that you don't have such a hard time transitioning into sleep, right? Too many times we go right from our busy day into the bed, and we don't let our bodies or our minds transition into that rest time. And so that's why a good bedtime ritual is so important. Meditation, reading, whatever it is, journaling. It's a great time for your gratitude journal and a few moments to sit and really let the mind arrive into a restful state. And then your sleep will be more beneficial. And you know, the benefits of rest are so immense, right? On our nervous system, which then impacts the rest of our body, our immune systems. So it's very important for us to be sleeping. And when times get a little bit more stressful and a little bit more hairy, that's one of the first things that tends to go out the window, is our restful sleep. And so it's really important for us to even take more time now and do the things that we need to do, utilize the tools that we have to find a deeper, more restful sleep. So if you haven't done shamatha before with me, I'll lead you through just a little setup, and then I'll guide you visually through into the practice. And then I have a tiny, this is actually my daughter's singing bowl. I have her tiny little singing bowl here, because my singing bowls are all at the studio. So I will ding the singing bowl to start and ding it to end our session. So find a comfortable seat for you. Now, we don't want to lean back or lay down during this practice, because we really want to keep the spine upright, elongated, and stay awake for now, right? But we're trying to really clear the mind for deeper rest. I am sitting on one of my couch pillows just to give my hips a little bit of elevation, just a small elevation, so that my knees are either in line or slightly below my hips. And then my sits bones can ground. And then from there, my pelvis is soft, right? My hips are soft and I'm not strained in my low back. And then from there, I can grow up tall through my spine, through my ribs. Shoulders are soft on the back, right? Remember, you want to be warm enough, but not too warm. So it's a little chilly in my house tonight, so I have a little sweater on. And then just grow up through the crown of your head. We're going to rest the palms of your hands on your thighs and set them out at the knees, so that this rounding of the back tends to want to happen. But if we have the hands right above the knees, right behind the knees, elbows can fall directly under the shoulders. And as we do this practice, I will instruct you to close your eyes to start, and then I'll instruct you to open your eyes halfway. And that's when we'll start our practice. And the gaze is done down about 4 to 6 feet in front of you, a half soft gaze. So the attention is balanced between the external and the internal. And we teach ourselves to be enlightened beings in an everyday world, right? We can walk around clear, present, and focused because we've trained our body to do that. But if opening your eyes, even softly, feels disjointed for you at all, then feel free to close your eyes just for a few moments, take a few breaths, and then see if you can reopen the eyes. This is a practice. Hopefully this isn't the only time you'll sit in shamatha, but really starting to get a more routine going, and then things will start to feel more fluid for you. Now with this practice, we focus on the breath. And because the breath is personal, portable, right, and easy to find. So you can find the breath wherever you resonate the feeling, but it's typically in the belly or the tip of the nose. Sometimes the rise and fall of the chest, but if we get too chest breathy, then we're actually stimulating our sympathetic nervous system, and so we don't want that. We want really some deep belly breathing or some gentle nostril breathing. And then you just notice your breath, and we're not counting or analyzing or judging the breath at all. But when a thought arises, not if, but when, whenever you notice that thought has come, wherever in the thought you are, you notice it, label it thinking, and then come back to the breath. So that noticing is not too hard. We can notice when we're thinking. Labeling, okay, thinking, but the label has to be gentle, friendly, not judgmental, non-dogmatic thinking. And then the work comes in letting go of the thought. No matter what thought it is, what kind of thought it is, letting it go and traveling back to your breath. That's the meat of this practice. And that may happen once within the time that you're sitting. It may happen 1,000 times within the time that you're sitting. But again, we're non-judgmental in this practice. It's really about just teaching, training our minds to release thought and not let that thought snowball and get out of control. Okay? So, find your comfortable seat. Bring the palms of your hands to your thighs. And then if it's comfortable for you, just close your eyes. And we'll start just by noticing the breath. I don't want you to change or alter your breath in any way. Just simply begin to bring acknowledgement and attention to your breath. Maybe this is the first time you have stopped to listen, to notice today that automatic response of our body to just breathe. Feel your sits bones grounding and rooting deeper into whatever you're sitting on. And allow there to be a softness across your pelvis and your low back and your hips. And feel the belly rise and soften with the breath. The inhale expands. And the exhale releases and lets go. And you might notice that as you inhale and the belly rises, then the ribs begin to expand. The chest takes a small lift, making space for a deeper inhale. And then that exhale softens the chest, then the ribs, and finally the belly. And your palms of your hands are heavy, so that the elbows can be heavy, the shoulder blades can be soft. And the back body is just as soft as the front body. Your neck is long. The cheeks, the jaw are all soft. Even the tongue in the mouth is soft. If your eyes are closed, the eyelids are softly resting. They're not closed out of force. They're closed out of letting go. And allow your crown of your head to float. So you are both simultaneously rooted into the earth and connected into the sky. And your attention stays present in the in-between, the now, the here. From here, let your chin tip down just slightly and open your eyes halfway. You might find a spot about 4 to 6 feet in front of you that you can lightly focus on, but you're not worried about the spot. The focus is not primarily there. Your focus is on the breath. And now begin to rest the breath into one of those spaces that I mentioned earlier. Belly, tip of the nose. Watch and notice throughout this time here. Allow your eyes just to softly close. And a big full breath in. And just take a sigh out the mouth. You can reopen your eyes and start to move. If you need to shift the body in any way. Waking up the legs, the feet. So, how was it? How was your sit? Remembering there are no bad sits. You are never bad at meditation. Right? Meditation is a practice. And every time we come to the cushion, will be a little different. Every moment while we're on the cushion is different. And the trick of it is to be kind to yourself, be friendly with this practice, and understand that it is there for you. Your mind knows what it's doing, and you just have to let go and trust the process. So thank you for sitting with me today. And I recommend that after you sit, you avoid electronics for a good 30 minutes. If you can do an hour, that would be great. If you're about to go to bed, then try to avoid them for the rest of the night so that your brain and your mind can really stay in this present state, restful, at ease, and ready to go about the next journey. I wish you all peace and love always. Namaste.